I'm Evan Lazarus, Chief Knowledge Officer for T3Live.com. You don't become a great trader by watching videos and taking courses. You become a great trader through live screen time. Accelerate that learning curve by tapping into the experience of seasoned professionals. Currently, we're offering 5-day free trials to each of our 4 mentoring rooms. In the mentoring rooms, we teach our strategies in the context of the live market. To sign up for a free trial, go to the T3 Live education page, fill out the form, and get started when the next trading session begins. We hope to see you in one of our mentoring rooms.
I'm Mark Sperling.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark. We're back here for the daily recap. It's Tuesday. The S&P's closed just an inch above green, so what is it, 7th, 8th day in a row that we are green. They just added it on for it so they could say they were green. You could just tell by how the end of the day reacted. From a trading perspective, a little bit more of a challenging day, I believe. The last few days, I feel like some of the go-to stocks that we've been playing consistently have been really digesting, basing, whatever you want to call it, which is actually healthy for the market overall. But you got to really be in the right plays from a day-to-day point of view, which again is challenging for the last week and a half. But all in all, the market still looks good. Everything looks intact. Understanding, you could say we're overbought. You could say we're looking for a pullback, which seems to be the general MO. Agreed, but the fact is you got to stick with the trend. The trend still is higher. Today, a little bit of a shake the tree for a moment. I think if you take Apple out of the equation, which I think a lot of guys took overnight, which actually, from a trading perspective, to take overnight from how it traded on yesterday, the right thing to do, relatively speaking, on a shorter term basis. But how it traded, obviously gapped down this morning, went green for a second, then really it was down $9 for the day. It is really just one of those stocks that is just wastes a lot of energy at this point in time. Still on a downtrend. Obviously, I know a lot of people gravitate towards it. The last few days, I myself have gravitated towards it, where the first almost 2.5 months, 2 months of the year, I didn't even look at it. Trying to find. I think it is still trying to find a bottoming. It is in the bottoming process, but at the same time, it really just cannot get any legs. And you got to respect the fact that that is happening. Don't waste too much time still on it. Always have it on the radar, but at the same time, understand it's still in a downtrend. Some stuff that have, again, to shake the tree, Google still intact at the 8-day moving average. You don't really want to see it get too far down, but inevitably it could get back to the 800 level, which is roughly the 21-day moving average, and it would still be intact overall. And again, that's a high beta that has gone a long way. Part of me thinks that if Apple actually does get an uptick, Google might get a little bit of a downtick, just because money will just rotate accordingly. We'll have to wait and see that if that happens. Netflix, they saved it today. Could have really done some damage. Not, and looks fine overall. Looks like at some point in time it's going to test that 200 level. Same with LinkedIn. Bounced off its 8-day, came back pretty nicely. Still basing. You can see the last 7-8 days, there really has not been a whole lot of trading, but it's made a big move. So it's digesting. It's doing what it should be doing. Some of the banks today. Oh, Amazon. I'm sorry. I'll put an Amazon up there. Amazon, nice little move in the AM, and really didn't do a lot the rest of the day. But I was saying that you got to find spots to buy these stocks or short these stocks, and it's called levels. It might not be perfect on the technicals, but it's levels that really you have to trust to support or resistance accordingly. And the level was 268, 270 was the spot after 4 or 5 days of downward action, more sideways. And today was that day. It obviously did it very quickly. It's not giving you necessarily the time to, enter, but these are things you have to look at. These are little clues to help you really navigate this tape and try to make money across the board. WDC was another one, standout today, new highs. I'm assuming STX also new highs today, so it looks good. From a biotech point of view, some good ones. Celgene, I got rid of this. It's unbelievable. The stock just keeps moving higher. PCYC looks good. Infi looks like it's on deck. And REGN looks like it's possibly on deck after today's a little bit reversal. And green bar, green candle, trading above its moving averages. I actually bought that one, just small, today, seeing if it can actually regain some composure across the board. Oil stocks really didn't do a whole lot. eBay, I guess was down this morning on some news comp, something to that effect. Had a very nice rally on big volume, in my opinion. I came in long. I talked about it yesterday, understanding, unfortunately it was down $1.50. It rallied very nicely, closed green for the day. That to me is a little bit of a bottoming pattern. Held its level. I would look over the next few days for some action back to the 54, 55 level in eBay. We'll have to just wait and see what happens. So overall, guys, the market is hanging in there. Nothing has changed. You got to respect what's happening. The banks, Citigroup seems to be the strongest. Wells Fargo is right behind, one of the weakest now. Goldman Sachs, quite frankly, has not really gotten its legs under it. But I think, around 150 seems like it's support for the stock overall. And to me, that's something, I actually got involved today. I think if it gets back to 150, I'll get a little bit more involved. It seems like it's just trying to find a level and basing. At one point, it will get back in play. Right now, though, Citi is the one that seems to be viable. On every pullback, it rallies the quickest and the fastest. And BlackRock, another asset managing gatherer, a little bit more high beta in the sense of it's a little more volatile for some of you guys, but it's a best in breed and certainly looks great technically wise. GMCR, which has been on the radar, looks good. At this point, 55 is my short-term target. I think it can go higher on a longer-term basis. I would be taking some off. It is just grinding higher, and that's where we're at. Nothing has changed except the fact that you got to really pick and choose your spots and trust your levels. If you're just Apple-centric, I think you're going to frustrate yourself in this market. If you're just high beta-centric, I think you're going to frustrate yourself in this market. You got to have a few different sectors represented in the stuff you look at, because again, from a day-to-day point of view, we're not really sure what's going to be strong or what's going to be weak in order to take advantage of this tape. Like I said, I personally like to stay on the right side of the trend. The right side of the trend to me is still at the long side, understanding it's been a long time, but the trend is your friend. I stick with it until it's not there anymore. It's still there. So even on down days, I still tend to look for the ones that are hanging up the best, the strongest ones. Today, it could have been the GMCR, it could have been the Amazon. From a mid-cap, MLNX was another one that was a standout today. You got to find it. You got to do your work, and that's where you get rewarded for understanding and doing your chart work, and at the same time, obviously doing your research accordingly to see if there's any catalyst as why some of these stocks are moving. So S&P's in highs. Qs obviously we know are lagging. The IWM's still hanging in there, right at highs also, and we're in good shape. To shake the tree, since everybody wants it to happen, I don't think it happens the way everybody wants it. I think we're going to grind higher this week, and I think yet today was just that little brief shake the tree moment for really about an hour and a half, and it was really very selective. Take Apple out of the equation, it was very selective. Overall, everything's still intact. You always have to be cautious. I personally did lighten up a little bit today for the first time in a while. Just don't feel like I was in the right stocks. So, perfect thing about trading, the best thing about trading is you get to reset. If you're not finding the best ideas, if you're not in the right flow, you get to lighten up, wait for your opportunities, and start again. And that's what the market gives you from a day-to-day point of view. Make sure you keep that in mind. You don't have to be in everything at all points, throughout the day or at all points throughout the week. Hopefully, you guys were able to take advantage of some of the little trades today that we were involved with on the VTF. And either way, have a good night. I'll see you back tomorrow.
I'm Mark Sperling, Director of Trading with T3 Trading Group and contributor to T3 Live. Do you trade on your own, but you wish you enjoyed the benefits of a large trading floor? With the T3 Live virtual trading floor, we deliver that experience to you on your computer. On the VTF, you can follow the long and short positions of experienced professional traders like myself, Scott Redler, and others, and listen to our live radio stations as we navigate the markets. In addition, you get the added value of a large community of sophisticated and like-minded traders. Your membership to the virtual trading floor also includes access to our two very popular newsletter products, Off the Charts and the Price Point Sheet at no additional cost. In my opinion, joining the room will be the best trading decision you will ever make. I would like to invite you to begin your membership with a 7-day free trial. To get started, visit t3live.com and click on the Virtual Trading Floor tab. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in the VTF.